1 billion people and ancient civilizations. That's the India most people imagine. But beneath the yoga, Bollywood, and chai lies something far more serious. Something built for pressure, sharpened by conflict, and designed to survive the apocalypse. This isn't the India you see in travel blogs. It's not the land of just peace and philosophy. It's a nation armed to the teeth, ready for war on land, at sea, in the skies, in space, and even in cyberspace. And here's the twist. Unlike other powers, India doesn't flash its weapons at every parade. It doesn't boast. It doesn't bluff. So what makes India's military so terrifying? Let's begin with the neighborhood it lives in. YouTube tricked our channel. We wanted our viewers to have an ad-free experience, but I recently found out that YouTube is placing ads on our videos without permission. I haven't even applied for monetization. I apologize for those annoying ads. Let's continue with the video. India isn't in a chill location. To the north, nuclear China. To the west, Pakistan, its historical arch-rival. To the east, insurgency-riddled jungles. And to the south, the Indian Ocean, where the US, China, and others play constant war games. Surrounded but not shaken, because India's army doesn't just train, it fights. Over 1.2 million active troops, thousands more in reserve, one of the largest forces on Earth. But size isn't what makes it terrifying. Experience is. These troops face real firefights in the icy Himalayas, patrol jungle corridors crawling with insurgents, hold high-altitude posts where your coffee freezes before you drink it. This isn't a war game. It's their Tuesday. And then come the elites. Jump from 30,000 feet, strike deep behind enemy lines. Rashtriya rifles, real combat operations, no drills. Ghatak platoons, first in, last out, and never call for backup. This army isn't preparing for war, it's already fighting one. But while the boots hold the ground, who rules the sky? Meet the Indian Air Force, over 1,500 aircraft strong, and one clear mission: own the sky before the first missile hits the ground. They fly Su-30 MKIs, jets built to dogfight and strike targets in a single mission. They operate Rafales, sleek, stealthy, and scary accurate. And then there's the Tejas, India's homegrown fighter that doesn't just fly, it sends a message. We don't just buy power, we make it. But fighter jets are just the beginning. India's air dominance also comes from AWACS, eyes in the sky tracking every threat in real time. Aerial refueling tankers, turning short sorties into long-range missions. Surface-to-air missile systems that make enemy pilots rethink everything. And the pilots? They train in brutal conditions at high-altitude bases where the cold kills engines. These aren't flyboys, they're combat-proven sky warriors. In 2019, Indian jets crossed into another country, bombed a terror camp 80 kilometers deep, then returned, mission done, no drama. They don't posture, they perform. But air superiority is just part of the equation. What happens when the battle hits the waves? India's Navy isn't loud. It doesn't need to be. It has aircraft carriers, stealth destroyers, and nuclear submarines that vanish beneath the waves, only to resurface when it's too late for the enemy. Take the Arihant, a submarine that can launch nuclear missiles from underwater. In military terms, that's called second strike capability. Meaning, even if you hit first, we hit back harder. They control crucial trade routes across the Indian Ocean. They run joint naval drills with the US, Japan, Australia, and France. Why? Because India knows what every superpower understands. Control the ocean, control the world. But sea power is only the beginning. India's military is racing into the future with hypersonic missile development, anti-satellite weapons, AI-powered drones, a dedicated space command, and a cyber warfare division that can cripple networks or defend critical systems in seconds. And here's the most terrifying fact. India possesses a nuclear triad: land-based missiles, air-delivered bombs, and submarine-launched warheads. It doesn't want war. But if forced into one, India will finish it. So next time someone says India is all about software and spirituality, remind them it's also about strength, resilience, and ruthless readiness. It doesn't flex, it prepares. It doesn't provoke, it survives. And if needed, it wins. India's military might isn't just terrifying, it's designed that way. Hit that like if you learned something new. Subscribe for more deep dives from Caspian Insight. And remember, quiet strength is the loudest warning.